I'll just play this video in the meantime. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar by Deco Spaces on Codename Bliss. That is a project in Dapoli. So I think most of you already know what this location is and why you are here. But still, just to give you a head start, I'd like to inform we are conducting this webinar to give information about this upcoming project from the House of Abhinandan Lodha, who is one of the partners in Lodha Realty. They're coming up with a new project in Dapoli location. तो ये जो हमने आज वेबिनार रखा है ये उस प्रोजेक्ट की ब्रीफिंग देने के लिए है. हमारे साथ जो जनाडू जो कंपनी है मिस्टर लोढ़ा जी, अभिनंदन लोढ़ा जी की, उनमें से नेहा इज वन ऑफ द सेल्स मैनेजर है. शी इज जॉइंड अस टू गिव इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट द प्रोजेक्ट. वो आपको इस प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में जो भी इन्फॉर्मेशन है वो शेयर करेंगे. इसके बाद में हम एक Q&A सेशन भी रखा है जिसमें आपको जितने भी आपके सवाल होंगे रिलेटेड टू द प्रोजेक्ट विल बी आंसरिंग दोज और try to help in coming to a conclusion for this project. So let me request Neha to take this to start with the presentation. Neha, can you hear me?
Yes, we can start.
Great. So I'll just mute myself. You can continue with the presentation.
Sure. So good evening, everyone. My name is Neha. Welcome to Once in a Lifetime Opportunity presented to you from the House of Abhinandan Lodha. Okay. We shall quickly first have a look at this exceptional proposition. We'll understand the minute details of the project first. Also the infrastructure which is in and around this unexplored location of Ratnagiri, which is named Dapoli. आप सबको already पता ही होगा ये location के बारे में. We have an unmatched product offering. The details of this limited opportunity will also be explained to you along with the price point. ठीक है, हम price sheet भी समझेंगे इसकी detail में. Followed by the process which Karan will take you all through, how to apply in this particular process and be a part of this unmatched investment opportunity that we have from the House of Abhinandan Lodha. Okay? Yes, we can go ahead, Karan. Yes. So अभी तक आपने wealth create किया होगा अपने लिए, ठीक है? We'll just have a look at the various traditional ways through which you must have invested in wealth. Yeah, next. Yeah, next. Right. So these are a few traditional ways in which you must have invested in wealth. किसी ने stocks में invest किया होगा. Most of you all must have invested in stocks. The other mode is gold, fixed deposit, and lastly we have apartments and houses, commercial and residential sort of an investment that you all must have done. So we'll just have a look at these investments. Okay, so firstly, if you consider stocks, yes, iske thode advantages hai, right? But at the same time, there are certain factors which you need to consider when you invest in stocks. Firstly, it's highly volatile. Okay, investor sentiments play a very important role when you invest in stocks. Apart from that, it's very uncertain over a longer period of time, right? So bottom line iski yahi hai ki it's very important to diversify in other assets as well. When you invest in stocks, you cannot wholly and solely depend on this asset class, which is stocks. Next. Okay. Fixed deposit and gold. I'm sure you must have invested in these two asset classes also. Fixed deposit, as we see, it has zero risk, of course, but the returns are pretty moderate. Okay. It's a hygiene asset class. As I said, most of you all must have already, invested in this. At the same time, what we have seen is the declining return rates also. All right. Gold, if we see, yes, it is sort of an investment again that most of y'all must have invested in. But what happens is there is no sort of an appreciation that you see in gold. Yes, it appreciates, but that happens only when you have financial crisis or any sort of a global economic crisis that you see, right, in the country. Next. Real estate. Yes. Now let's talk about real estate. If you plan to invest in commercial or residential real estate also, the entry point is very high, right? There's a very high cost involved. You won't have anything that you will be able to invest in terms of your residential and commercial, which is less than 30 lakhs, right? Minimum अगर आपको investment करना होगा residential या commercial में आप 30 देखोगे, इसके नीचे कुछ भी available नहीं होगा. At the same time, a lot of proper research and all has to be done. सो यहाँ पे अगर हम देखते हैं तो एग्जिट करने के भी ऑप्शंस जो है वो बहुत ही लिमिटेड हो जाते हैं बिकॉज मेनी पीपल विल हैव अ लॉक इन टिल पोजेशन एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट. सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट अगर आप रियल एस्टेट में भी इन्वेस्ट करते हो तो इंपॉर्टेंट टू डाइवर्सिफाई योर पोर्टफोलियो इन टर्म्स ऑफ अदर एसेट क्लासेस ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट. Okay, so just to summarize what I said, one slide back, yeah. So when I say talk about stocks, it's very volatile, it's uncertain. Gold may, of course, there is appreciation, but only when there is a global economic crisis. Fixed deposit may return बहुत कम है, and of course you have a declining trend that you see right now. And as far as apartments and houses are concerned, the entry barriers are very high. Next. Yeah, next, Karan. Yes. So let's have a look at what we have to offer over here. We can quickly go through these slides, Karan. Right. So land has seen appreciation of almost 135%. I'll explain why we have mentioned this 135% also. Next. One, we have just listed out a few assets as far as your land is concerned. So firstly, this land asset that you see, it's tangible. Okay. Property tax जो है और इसका जो entry point है, it's pretty much lower as compared to other residential and commercial assets. It's available in different sizes. 2,500 से लेके 50,000 square feet तक आपके पास land available होगा. And the paperwork that we're talking about, because you are associated with a brand like House of Abhinandan Lodha, your paperwork becomes comparatively simpler. Next. Next. So we'll just have a look, at the problems that you face when you buy land just anywhere and not with a branded developer. We'll have a look at that first. Yeah, next. You can go ahead. Right. So I will just summarize what are the problems associated over here. Next. Yes. So we'll just spend some time here, okay? So अगर आप कोई भी land parcel लेते हो किसी भी developer से, सबसे पहले तो agricultural land ही available है. There is very less availability as far as your NA land or non-agricultural land is concerned, right? Apart from that, if you just take from any random developer, there is no proper documentation and clarity of the documents which are required while buying land. Thirdly, there is no infrastructural support. वहाँ का आपका जो भी electricity हुआ, water supply हुआ, ये बहुत ही limited होगा या नहीं के बराबर होगा, right? Apart from that, you have demarcation which is not done properly. Plotted development नहीं होगा, markings भी ठीक से नहीं होंगे. इसकी वजह से there is a constant fear of encroachment. आपको पता नहीं होगा कि कल उठ के कौन बोलेगा कि आपका land parcel belongs to someone else, right? So these are the problems which you usually face when you just invest in a local land developer, right? Next. So what we did is we tried to address each of this issue that a landowner faces. And we have come up with something called as a land asset 2.0. Next. Yeah. So these are the few points that I want to highlight when you buy with us. First of all, it's a curated land parcel, right? You have all your infrastructure in place, right, from your electricity, water, roads. जब आप registration करोगे, you will have ownership documents clearly titled, which means EC certificate हो गया आपका या 7/12 extract हो गया. Everything will be available with you. The land is properly pre-cut. Okay, we have different sorts of land parcel which are available, right, from 2,500 going up to an acre almost, which is 50,000 square feet. The best part is you have a thematic development with world-class amenities. Okay, this is one of its kinds that you'll find over here, because Dapoli ही नहीं, Ratnagiri में ऐसा है ही नहीं land parcel, right, with these kind of amenities. Apart from that, it is going to be professionally managed, because of which you'll have complete peace of mind when it comes to this land parcel. Next. Yes, so this is what the difference is between just a land and when you take with a branded land like Abhinandan Lodha. Next.
Neha, I just have one request. If you could just slow down a little bit through the slides, because I'm getting a lot of requests from people to slow down a little bit.
Sure. ठीक है. So हम वापस से branded land के benefits देखते हैं. ठीक है, ये slide पे. सबसे पहले तो जैसे मैंने बताया, it's a curated land parcel. All right. Secondly, curated land parcel का मतलब ये है कि ये properly demarcated होगा आपका पूरा land parcel. All right. Infrastructure support will be the best. Okay, and it is assured, which means all your core elements like your road, electricity, water supply, everything is going to be in place, because you're going with a branded developer and not just with a local developer, right? Third चीज ये होगी कि it's a very easy to acquire plot. आप कोई भी plot size देखो, right from 2,500 to almost an acre, okay, which is 50,000. It is properly pre-cut and packaged in that manner. So आप 2,500 से लेके 50,000 तक आपको जो comfortable लगता है, आप वो land parcel के लिए application भर सकते हो. Apart from that, right now if you see in Ratnagiri, specifically in Dapoli, you do not have any branded developer. So when we come over there, it's going to be the first thematic development. All right. When I say thematic development, I will take you through all the amenities which are a part of this development in the next slides. But once you see those amenities, you'll come to know कि ऐसा product या ऐसा offering पूरे Dapoli या पूरे Ratnagiri में है ही नहीं, right? Apart from that, most important, आपका जो ownership documents जो है, जो आपके title, land and everything will be available with you at the time of registration. Apart from that, it was going to be professionally managed. अगर जब भी आपका land parcel अच्छी तरह से manage होता है, तो you have complete security, you have peace of mind. Why? Because you know that there is not going to be any sort of an encroachment which is going to be happen with your particular land parcel. Okay, so these are the advantages as far as the branded land is concerned. Next. Right. So now we'll have a look at this also. एक तो अगर कोई आपको सिर्फ land देता है तो उसमें क्या फर्क है? Land by the sea क्या फर्क है? And what is our offering, right? So we are not just providing you a land parcel. बस एक आपको land का टुकड़ा नहीं दे रहे हैं, seaside plot नहीं दे रहे हैं. इसके साथ हम आपको branded land दे रहे हैं. ठीक है? इसका मतलब क्या है? कि you have a premium plotted land with the best of amenities possible, strategically located in the unexplored location of Ratnagiri, which is Dapoli, and upcoming infrastructure support भी बहुत है. So जब भी आप invest करते हो, right, it's best to invest in a developing location. Why? Because ये जो है आप 12 to 15% appreciation तो Dapoli में देख ही रहे हो, but यहाँ पे because of the brand that we are coming up with and because of the upcoming infrastructure support, the appreciation will be as high as 140 to 150% in the coming years, in the coming 7 to 8 years. Right? So it becomes a dream asset in the form of unlimited land parcel. Most important is it's a land parcel which is by the sea, right? So right now we have very few developments जो seaside available है. Okay, people probably can relate to it. अगर हम मुंबई से भी इससे अगर we try to relate it to Mumbai, I can just give you an example of probably you have Carter Road and Bandstand and just compare it with a location probably जो Bandra में ही है, 800 मीटर या 1 किलोमीटर दूर होगा, which is Turner Road. ठीक है, दोनों के प्राइसिंग में जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. So while we have Turner Road which is trading at roughly around 55 to 60,000 per square feet, जो यहाँ के जो rates होंगे आपके Bandstand के, that will be as high as 1 lakh or 1,10,000. One reason that differentiates is the seaside or the sea facing plots, right? So not only I'm giving you a branded land, I'm also giving you a seaside plot which has a very high demand and because of which iska appreciation bhi bahut zyada hoga, right? Best part is these are ready for possession. जब आपका application हो जाएगा, application के बाद जब allotment होगा, allotment के बाद you can take possession in a couple of months time itself. Next. Okay, so codename Bliss. Now, why are we calling it Bliss? Because we are trying to explain how this will get Bliss into your life by offering branded land investment stocks scheme. ठीक है, हम हर एक जो वर्ड यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है इसे समझने की कोशिश करेंगे आगे के स्लाइड्स में. Next. Right. So we'll just spend some time here. I've already spoken about the brand. We are coming from the house of Abhinandan Lodha, okay, which is one of the most renowned real estate developers in Mumbai. We have come up with a lot of developments in Mumbai, right from your World Towers to your Trump Tower to Park, Palava. Abhinandan Lodha and the Lodha Group is known to create addresses. All right. It's agar, for example, अगर मैं पलावा की बात करूं, it is situated in Dombivli, right? So Dombivli probably किसको पता नहीं होगा, but पलावा पता होगा. So that's the kind of address that we create when we come on board at a particular location. So that's the brand that we have for you. Apart from that, when I talk about land, okay, branded land, we have seaside land plots. It's not just random side plots. We have branded land that we have got to you at a seaside. Investment. Why investment? We'll look at it in the further slides also. जो मैंने appreciation की बात की है. So investment क्यों? क्योंकि upcoming location है Dapoli and it is blessed with the best of infrastructure coming up over there, right? Apart from that, when I say stocks मतलब आप एक ले सकते हो land parcel, multiple land parcels ले सकते हो through this scheme, or you can also buy one large chunk of land for yourself, which is as high as 25,000 or 50,000. ठीक है? So simplified digital buying process. The process is something that Karan will take with you through you, you know, in detail. Very simple. मतलब जैसे आप Amazon पे चीजें खरीदते हो, you know, it's going to be as simple buying a land parcel. Next. So this is what Bliss is all about. Next, I'll just quickly run you through the main slides only because rest is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Next. Right. So plot sizes, as I mentioned, starting from 2,500 going up to a 50,000 square feet. It's easily demarcated. It's very thoughtfully interspaced, like you see. And यहाँ पे आप जो चाहिए वो बना सकते हो G+1 structure में, right from a house, villa, mansion, whatever you want. There is absolutely no compulsion, flexibility है. आप अपने constructors या अपने workers को लाके यहाँ पे काम कर सकते हो. So there's a lot of flexibility also associated when you buy a land parcel with us. Next. Okay, so also there's a vernacular architecture, right? Like I rightly said, while we have architects and contractors on board who will help you out, okay, अगर आपको कुछ construct करना हो, but जैसे मैंने बताया flexibility है, अगर आपको आपके constructors, workers भी लाने हैं, तो आप वो कर सकते हो. So if you come with us, then obviously you have a vernacular architecture. It's very indigenous to a region. Cost-efficient construction होगा, जो आपको दिया जाएगा. Sustainable होगा, but at the same time you can get it done from your own also. Next. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just quickly take you through the amenities that we are providing. Okay, सबसे पहले तो community center है now. Because of the work from home culture coming into consideration, you know, we have co-working spaces which are allowed. A community center is going to be like a clubhouse which is going to be given to you. There's going to be a lot of open air spaces, music, arts, dance center. ये सारी चीजें होंगी आपके community center में. Next. Second that we will have a look at is the aqua zone. ठीक है? This is one of the pictures of the aqua zone. Next. This is another view that you have of the aqua zone. Okay, it's a big aqua zone that we're going to provide in this acres. Apart from that, third is going to be a wellness center. You'll have a spa, you'll have gym, you'll have meditation pergolas, all of this which is going to be there in your wellness center. Next that we are looking at is again, you know, this botanical garden, which is going to be your element number 4. So यहाँ पे जो आप देख रहे हो stonework, that kind of a stonework is going to be there. Apart from an open counter kitchen, you'll have a lot of plants and trees which are going to be planted around. Next. Multi-purpose area, your sports area, right from a mini cricket pitch to basketball court, children play space, everything will be available. Next. Yes. Now this is a G+1 level, which is a convenience outlet. So you don't have to step out if you want to buy anything. Everything is going to be available in your land parcel itself in the form of this convenience outlet. So right from your essential medicines to your groceries, you can just stock up by buying from this particular convenience store. Next. Most important is a security. A smart security is going to be provided so that there is absolutely no encroachment, anti-theft cameras, your security system, everything will be in place. Next. ओके सो ये एक रफ लेआउट है जो हम दिखा रहे हैं. नंबर 1 में आपका कम्युनिटी सेंटर है व्हिच इज राइट एट द सेंटर. नंबर 2 इज द एक्वा जोन दैट यू सी टुवर्ड्स द सी. नंबर 3 is going to be a wellness center that we spoke about, and number 4 is going to be a botanical garden space which is going to be spaced throughout this entire layout of 70 acres. Next. Yes. So we are introducing the coastal hill station. When I talk about Dapoli, you are enjoying the both. You're enjoying, the advantage of both the worlds, which is going to be your hill station as well as your coastal region. Next. A lot of history also associated with this. Why are we saying that it's going to be next Alibag by 2025? Is what I'll tell you next. Yeah. Next. So this is a link, ठीक है, जो वहाँ Google Maps की link हमने डाली हुई है. We'll send it to you also separately if you want. That talks about the exact location that we have mentioned here. These are few pictures that we will show you. It's located in Sheetal Nagar in Dapoli. Okay, these are a few pictures. Karan, we can just show them that have been taken from the actual location. Okay, this is number 1. Next. This is 2. Next. So these are the actual pictures, okay, which are taken from our spot or our location. Next. Right. As far as the connectivity is concerned, you have Mahad Khed railway station. Okay, so Khed railway station is going to be the closest. From this, you have waterway upcoming, which is going to start from Belapur and Harnai port. So Harnai is very close to Dapoli, which is very close to our location as well. All right. Then you have New Panvel International Airport, which is going to come at a distance of about 165 kilometers. Most important is this Mumbai-Goa highway. Okay. So currently this highway is 2-lane. So you take about 5 hours to reach from Mumbai or from Pune to Dapoli. But now the construction is going on. 50% of the work is already completed. It's going to get converted into a 4-lane or a 6-laning highway. All right. Because of which the time will cut down to almost 3.5 to 4 hours because of the broadening of the highway. Then you have a Dighi port, which is going to come up, proximity to 2 upcoming ports, which is a Harnai and Dighi. Then also you have a strategically placed as a part of DMIC. You read about DMIC, it's your Delhi Mumbai industrial corridor. Okay, so that will drive a lot of infrastructure development because there's a massive investment that's happening from the Indian government for this particular infrastructure development. Next. Main reason for talking about infrastructure is because when infrastructure develops, जैसे आपने अलीबाग का भी देखा था, जेटी डेवलप होने के बाद वहाँ के प्राइसेस बढ़ चुके थे. या फिर आप मुंबई या पुणे से भी रिलेट करोगे, once the metro starts running up, then the prices of that nearby location automatically rises. Okay, so that's the kind of inference that I'm trying to draw by telling you about the upcoming infrastructure which is going to come up in and around Dapoli. Yeah, next. So we'll just compare it, as far as this priceless asset is concerned. Next. Next. I'll just talk about the various locations also. Firstly, तो ये slide पे हम थोड़ा time spend करेंगे. अगर हम land लेना चाहते हैं तो मुंबई में तो obviously it's not available. So that's completely out of our picture. लोनावला में अगर आप देखते हो तो branded land नहीं है available. Sea side तो खैर है ही नहीं. ठीक है, so 2,500 स्क्वायर फीट का प्राइस आपका 1 करोड़ है मिनिमम अगर मैं लोनावला में बात करूं. वही मैं अलीबाग में देखूं तो हाँ, सी साइड प्लॉट आपको मिल जाएगा, बट ब्रांडेड लैंड नो, आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी स्कोप ऑफ अ ब्रांडेड लैंड इन अलीबाग. कोई डेवलपर है नहीं जो वहां पे आया हुआ है. सो आपको 50 लाख में 2,500 स्क्वायर फीट मिलेगा वहां पे. And if you consider Goa, of course, Goa भी 75 lakhs के नीचे you will not find anything for a 2,500 square feet. You will have seaside plots, but branded again. So, when there is no branded land, of course, you will not have that satisfaction कि whether your land is safe or not. So, comparing all the locations, branded land तो कहीं है ही नहीं, and at the prices, which is almost 3 or 4 times of what we are talking about right now. So what is it that we have for you? Firstly, ये जो आप price देख रहे हो 12.5 lakhs plus, this is going to be a launch price, okay, which is going to be applicable in the month of February 2021. Okay, so this on the screen is your launch price. But what we have for you right now is the pre-booking price or the pre-launch price, which is 9.9 lakhs plus. Okay, this is applicable only till 22nd August 2020. We will have a look at the pricing now. जैसे मैंने बताया, you have 4 options. You have Aqua, you have Laguna, you have Oceania and Avantgarde. These are the names which are given to the plots. So 2,500 से लेके 50,000 तक आपके plots का आपको option देखते हो तो 9.9 lakhs है, Laguna देखते हो तो 29.7 lakhs है. We have Oceania and Avantgarde also. If you are interested in that, we can talk about that also on request pricing available है इसकी. All right. Then you have infrastructure charges which are applicable. For Aqua, you have 1.5 lakhs, and for Laguna, you have 4.5 lakhs. You have your RTGS details also available on the screen right now. However, I would request Karan to take ahead from here and explain to you how exactly is the process to apply for this opportunity. Yeah, Karan.
Thanks a lot, Neha. First of all, I really appreciate the effort you put in through the presentation that you've done. Before I explain the application process, first of all, I would like to tell everyone who is attending this webinar that will be, if you have any questions, there is a tab that you can access. आप नीचे वहाँ पे देखेंगे तो you'll find a Q&A का tab जिसमें आप आपके जो भी queries है वो पूछ सकते हो. Just you just have to put in your questions so that I can address those after the presentation is done. We'll address all the questions one by one. But उससे पहले मेरे FAQs में से I hope most of the doubts will be addressed anyways. So regarding the application process, जैसे नेहा ने बताया कि अपना ये जो booking है, जो launching है, that is in the month of February. So right now we are only asking for 10% of the plot cost. मतलब जैसे if I am looking at Aqua, तो आप देखेंगे 10% comes to 99,000 rupees. 9.9 lakhs का अपना plot है, उसका 10% is 99,000. ये जो प्राइस है ये हम अभी प्री बुकिंग एप्लीकेशन ले रहे हैं, which is 100% refundable. When I say refundable, it means कि आपका जो रजिस्ट्रेशन है in the month of Feb, उस पॉइंट तक आपका ये पूरा अमाउंट रिफंडेबल है. अगर रजिस्ट्रेशन के पहले आपको लगता है कि नहीं हमें कंटिन्यू नहीं करना है, तो यू कैन कैंसिल एंड टेक 100% रिफंड ऑफ योर जो प्री बुकिंग टोकन है उसका. नेहा, इज योर mic on? Someone's mic is on. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, so after the pre-booking application, we'll have allotment in the month of Feb and March, which is 2021. In the next year 2021, 6 months from now. तो उस पॉइंट पे आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा, तब तक आपको कोई पेमेंट नहीं करना है. उसके बाद में बस रजिस्ट्रेशन का 3 दिन के अंदर आपको रजिस्ट्रेशन फी और स्टैम्प ड्यूटी और इंफ्रा चार्जेस पे करके आपका एग्रीमेंट हो जाएगा, जिसमें आपका 7/12 एंड कन्वेयंस ये सब प्रोसेस हम कंप्लीट करेंगे. Then within 6 months of possession, जैसे ये तो नेहा ने आपको बताई दिया कि within 6 months अपना ये ready to move है, so ready to use है. So within 6 months of registration आपका possession मिल जाएगा. You can you can start constructing a house. आपका जैसा भी plan है, you can execute that within 6 months of registration. By that is अगले September तक हम पूरा project with amenities handover करना चाहते हैं. So that way it is a very good investment in terms कि आज आपको सिर्फ 10% पे करना है. उसके बाद में आपका जो प्लॉट कॉस्ट का 90% पेमेंट है वो आपका पोजीशन पे है. इन बिटवीन यू आर नॉट पेइंग एनीथिंग अगेंस्ट योर प्लॉट. वो भी आज जो 10% पे कर रहे हो, दिस इज रिफंडेबल. सो दैट इज व्हाई वी आर सजेस्टिंग एवरीवन टू गो अहेड एंड मेक योर पेमेंट ऑनलाइन. हमने जो प्रोसेस रखा है इट इज वेरी ट्रांसपेरेंट. आपको बस एक लिंक पे जाके अप्लाई करना है. आपको आपके सारे डिटेल्स सबमिट करने हैं. फॉर्म है एक सिस्टमैटिक जिसमें टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है. तो व्हेनेवर यू आर गोइंग टू प्रोसीड थ्रू दिस, आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू टू गिव मी अ कॉल. हम आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप गाइड करेंगे कि कहाँ पे क्या डिटेल्स एंटर करना है, एंड देन यू कैन कंप्लीट इट. आपको सिस्टम जनरेटेड एक एप्लीकेशन नंबर मिलता है विच विल बी यूजफुल एट द टाइम ऑफ अलॉटमेंट, क्योंकि जैसे आपका जो भी अलॉटमेंट रहेगा उस टाइम पे आपके सीरियल नंबर के हिसाब से फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व बेसिस से आपको प्लॉट सिलेक्ट करने मिलेगा. इफ यू आर नॉट हैप्पी विद द प्लॉट दैट यू हैव, यू कैन ऑलवेज कैंसिल एंड टेक अ रिफंड. बिफोर once again what I'll do is I'll just run through the frequently asked questions. काफी लोगों ने ये सवाल पूछे हैं कि आर दिस प्लॉट्स NA और फार्म हाउस. तो यस, दीज आर प्रपोज्ड NA. व्हेन वी से प्रपोज्ड NA, इट मींस कि अभी हम लोग ऑलरेडी NA कन्वर्जन के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं. वी हैव ऑलरेडी अप्लाइड फॉर द सेम. आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन जो हम फेब में करने वाले हैं, दैट इज द रीजन वी आर वेटिंग टिल फेब कि एक बार NA आपका अप्रूव हो जाता है, उसके बाद में ही हम NA इसका रजिस्ट्रेशन करेंगे, which is something we are very confident about. about the registration, as I've already mentioned, it will be an individual registration. तो आपका 7/12 will आपके नाम पे रहेगा, आपका conveyance होगा proper हर एक plot का अलग से. About the FSI, 1.27 का FSI, तो अगर मैं 2500 स्क्वायर फुट के प्लॉट की बात करूँ तो उस पे अराउंड 3100 स्क्वायर फीट का कंस्ट्रक्शन हो सकता है, विच इज अगेन मतलब काफी बड़ा प्लॉट है, काफी बड़ा बिल्टअप है उसका. लोन फैसिलिटी के लिए यस देयर विल बी लोन फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल. आज की डेट में वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्पीक अबाउट इट बिकॉज अभी जब तक एनए आता नहीं है तब तक लोन के लिए किसी बैंक से हम अप्रोच नहीं कर सकते. बट वंस एनए इज इन प्लेस, आपके रजिस्ट्रेशन से पहले आप डेफिनेटली लोन फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल कर सकते हो. साइट विजिट के लिए भी कई लोगों ने पूछा है कि हम साइट विजिट कर सकते हैं क्या, तो द प्रॉब्लम इज हम अरेंज नहीं कर सकते. वी आर शेयरिंग द कोऑर्डिनेट्स विद यू. आपको चैट पे भी अभी हम कोऑर्डिनेट्स भेज देंगे, आप चेक कर सकते हो. इफ यू कैन अरेंज टू सेंड समवन दैट इज आल्सो फाइन. इफ यू वांट टू गो योरसेल्फ is fine, but hum as on date we are not able to commit about site visit simply because there are a lot of because of the lockdown everyone is we are not able to commit that kind of e-pass and all those things. For the possession with amenities, again many people have asked, तो उसके बारे में भी क्लैरिटी देना है. तो सितंबर से अक्टूबर 21 नेक्स्ट ईयर तक आपका विद पोजेशन विद एमिनिटीज पोजेशन मिल जाएगा पूरा. फॉर प्री बुकिंग, जैसे मैंने अभी जस्ट थोड़ी देर पहले बताया कि आप ऑनलाइन पोर्टल पे जाके यू कैन सबमिट एन एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, पे 10% ऑफ द प्लॉट कॉस्ट. अगर आप एक्वा ले रहे हो तो 99,000, अगर आप 2 एक्वा प्लॉट ले रहे हो तो 2 लाख रुपए. सो अकॉर्डिंगली इट विल डिपेंड कि आपको कितना पे करना है, जिस जो यूनिट आप ले रहे हो उसके हिसाब से. Let me just take the Q&As now. So the first question that I've been asked is by Mr. Manish. Just a second. Okay, so the first question that I have been asked is by Mr. Manish. He's asked me how far is the sea from the plot. So Manish said this is roughly 800 meters from the plot. अपना जो सबसे पास में जो बीच है वो है कोलथारे बीच, जो कि जैसे ये प्रोजेक्ट अपना हिल के ऊपर है तो इसके जस्ट फुट हिल्स पे अपना ये बीच है. यहाँ पे अपने को आप अगर देखेंगे तो जस्ट विद इन अ किलोमीटर्स डिस्टेंस आपको ये बाय रोड ये बीच एक्सेसिबल है. इफ यू आस्क मी सी का डिस्टेंस कितना है, तो इट इज राइट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, क्योंकि जैसे प्रोजेक्ट ये हिल पे है इसलिए आपको सी व्यू हर प्लॉट को मिल रहा है. Mr. Shailesh has asked about the maintenance charges. So Neha, would you like to answer about that?
Sure, I'll answer about the maintenance. So maintenance is ₹5 per square feet annually. ठीक है, इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर आप 2500 स्क्वायर फीट वाला अगर लैंड पार्सल लेते हो, so you have to pay roughly around 12,500 annually for the plot. It's not per month, it's for the entire year.
Okay. Mr. Keshav is asking difference between Aqua, Laguna and others. So Keshav sir, as we have seen, Aqua, Laguna, basically the categories that we have put in are all based on the size of the plot. We have 2500 square feet plots, 7,500 जो है वो Laguna है, 2,500 Aqua है. So depending upon the size, we have categorized the type of plots. Ronak sir is also asking the same question. Why difference in infrastructure cost? क्योंकि सर basically what we are see, आज अगर कोई बड़ा plot ले रहा है और कोई छोटा plot ले रहा है, if everyone is paying the same infrastructure cost, then that is not fair with the one who is paying high. It would be higher for someone who's got a smaller plot. उसको अगर हम split करते हैं तो per square feet के हिसाब से everyone is paying the same. It's not difference in infrastructure cost, but if you look at it, आपका per square feet infra cost is going to be constant across the different sizes. Is site visit available? Sarang sir, as we've already addressed, we cannot arrange a site visit right now, but yes, definitely we can we can arrange for we can share the coordinates with you. You can visit the site as per your convenience. Anandita ma'am is asking, Feb, are we paying the stamp duty? So yes ma'am, at the time of Feb or March, depending upon between 30 days from the date of once we get the any order, we'll be executing the registration. So at that time, you'll be paying the stamp duty and registration and all those fees. By when we can cancel and take refund if we don't like the plot? Ma'am, at the time of allotment, you'll be given a unit preference. If you do not like it, within 10 days, you can cancel your allotment and take a refund within 15 days. Now, this we are speaking after allotment. Before allotment till Feb, you have the time to cancel your unit. So that is, if you pay, for example, if you are pre-booking today and in the month of Feb, if we do not get any order till Feb 21, again you can cancel and take all that money refunded. So you have the time even after allotment. You have 10 days, and this is clearly mentioned in our terms and conditions that are going to be shared with you as a receipt once you do the pre-booking payment.
Right. Karan, I'll just add something here.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So once you book through the application link, there will be 3 attachments that you will get in your registered email ID that you put in the form. One is going to be your transaction receipt that you have paid 99,000. The transaction receipt will come from the house of Abhinandan Lodha. Okay. Secondly, you will get the entire form that you have filled. So whatever you have filled in the form, you will get a PDF format of that form. And then is going to be your terms and conditions, and it's going to be the refund clause that Karan already spoke about. Okay, so your allocation will happen in the month of February or March. All right, after allocation, you have 10 days time. Okay, if you want to exchange your plot, we have those 10 days times to discuss. If you want to get your plot preferred, or get it changed. But for whatever reason, by that time, if you wish not to go ahead, you can put in a withdrawal within 10 days of allocation. Your entire amount, for example, if you have paid 99,000 for Aqua, your entire amount will be refunded back to you. Okay, there is absolutely no cancellation fee attached to it, and that's clearly written in the receipt that will be generated from the official email ID of Lodha. Yeah. Yes, Karan.
Yeah, so Radhika ma'am is asking if we can get the photos. Ma'am, we have these 3 photos. We'll be sharing this presentation with you once the webinar is done. Apart from that, we will also, we are planning to visit the site once only. Honestly speaking, I have personally tried to apply for an e-pass, but my e-pass was rejected. Otherwise, I was supposed to travel tomorrow. But I'll be trying again once the Ganesh festival is over. I mean, I've been told that it is because of the Ganesh festival, and a lot of people are trying to travel to this, Ratnagiri place. So that's why my pass was rejected. But after the festival, I'll try once again to visit this place and get more photos. We will be sharing what photos we have in the presentation with all of you, anyways. Pramod sir is asking what are the development charges. Sir, the package that has been mentioned is inclusive of everything. So right now, as we have discussed, it's 12.5 lakhs all inclusive for a 2,500 square feet plot, which means basically that your plot cost, infra charges, the stamp duty, and everything is covered into it. But this price, as Neha has already discussed, is applicable only till 22nd of August for those who pre-book it before that date. So I would definitely urge you to, if you are considering, take advantage of this pricing, because definitely we are increasing by 2.5 lakhs from 23rd of August. So, for every per square feet, you will be spending 100 rupees extra. That is a huge amount that, that would be unnecessarily applicable to everyone. If we want to visit site on our own, is there a site office? So Shan sir, to be very honest, right now there is no site office. You can visit, we'll share the exact coordinates. You will get an idea based on the site location. I think we've already shared the location in chat. So if you haven't checked it yet, you can check it now. Is there road connectivity till the plots? Himanshu sir is asking if there is connectivity till the plots. So sir, yes, we have road connectivity. I mean, it's a town. There's a beach called Kolthare Beach, as we already mentioned, and this project is on the road that connects Kolthare Beach to Dapoli. So yes, there is road connectivity. It's directly connected through the main road. Also wanted to understand, is there any choice in plots? Shailesh sir, choice in terms is basically depending upon how early you apply for the UI, the pre-booking application. We've already, if I'm not wrong, Neha could give us better light on what is the ongoing number, but from what I understand, it is somewhere around 350 applications have already been accepted in last 3 days. So, a lot of people are applying, and we are urging everyone to complete your application also as soon as possible, to ensure that as you put the question that you put about choice, so it will be helpful if you apply early to ensure you get a good choice or a good plot available at the time of allotment. Ronak sir is asking, with this many amenities, will the maintenance charge be high? So sir, as Neha has already pointed out, it is 12,500 rupees approximately for the 2,500 plot, 5 rupees per square feet annually. So it comes down to hardly 1,000 rupees per month, which is, to be very honest with you, I believe it's a very nominal charge considering the amount of amenities that we are building over here. Anandita ma'am is asking, can we get a copy of the proof of ownership? Ma'am, all these documents and legal things we will be sharing. I would request you to discuss about this one-on-one so that we can give better clarity on that. Future surrounding near the plots is Himanshu sir is asking. So Himanshu sir, that is very difficult to say as on date. But what I can say is right now it is completely open and you have the sea right in front of you. These are all sea facing plots and it will remain sea facing because it's on the slope of a hill. Deepak sir is asking the 90% payment is to be done on possession. Also 9.9 lakhs includes everything. Oh, so 90% is to be done on possession is right. But 9.9 is the plot cost. You will be paying 2.5 lakhs additional as infra and stamp duty and all those other charges. Apart from plot cost, there is infra cost plus registration. Yes, sir. As I just mentioned, Anand sir has asked if there is. So again, let me just revise this entire thing. 9.9 lakhs is the plot cost. 1.5 lakhs infra charges for the aqua plot, and another roughly approximately a lakh rupees towards the stamp duty, registration, and other charges, legal and all these charges. So your total plot cost for aqua is 12.5 lakhs all inclusive. Ronak sir is asking if I can buy a 7,500 square feet Laguna and Aqua together as one property. Definitely, sir. You can apply for the same. So if you're applying for 10,000 square feet as of now, so what I can say is you just have to pay around 4 lakh rupees as the pre-booking application fee, and you just have, I'll guide you through the application once you come to the application stage. I'll guide you through the form how you can buy two different types of properties together. About reselling of plots, right now we cannot. It's too soon to discuss about it. To be very honest, because as you can understand, we are at a very nascent stage where we are just taking pre-booking applications. So to speak about reselling is way too soon. Maybe we can discuss this once we are at the registration stage. But again, as of now, you're not even owned a plot. You're just applying for it. Once maybe at the time of registration, we can connect again. You can ask me whether we would be able to help you in reselling, and you can make your decision at that point of time. Right now, I would urge you to apply for the pre-booking at least. Ensure that you get a good plot, because if you want to resell in future, again, the choice and availability will be really good. It will be a big concern. What is the status of plot marking, electricity, water supply as of today? So, sir, Neha, could you please answer this question so that it will be better if you give the exact updates about this.
Sure. So as I said that we have infrastructure which is going to be in place. All right. So as far as status is concerned, the clearing of the land is going on right now. And once we do the allocation, which is going to be in the month of February, all these details will be available with you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for that. Verma sir is asking if we apply for one plot, can we go for more later? So, sir, on the contrary, you can apply for more and then later you can go for one plot if it is not working out, because it won't be possible to apply for one and then at the time of registration, if you ask for two, that I can tell you it. I think Neha would also agree that it would be difficult to do that. You can apply for two now, and if it doesn't fit, if it doesn't work out for you at the time of allotment, you can say that no, I just want one aqua plot, and you can cancel the other and adjust the payments towards the other. That we can do. Looking for investment purpose, please brief about the resale value. So as Neha has already suggested, so a lot of infrastructure development is happening in this location. Just to give you a quick glimpse, if I speak from Pune, there is the Pune-Dighi road, a 4-lane road that is being under construction, that is already under construction. From Mumbai side, we have the Goa highway, which is 70% of the work has already been completed for the same. It's a 6-lane cement road. And from the Goa highway, if you take, this location is easily connected from Khed. So from Khed, it takes hardly an hour. This is hardly 1 hour from Khed via Dapoli. Very good connectivity. This is about the road connectivity. About the the infrastructure development. You can see that at Dighi, there's a major port coming up. Major commercial port is coming up at Dighi. There's a Harne port which has good waterway connectivity. So all this connectivity is keeping in mind, and most importantly, considering that this is a project by Lodha Group. From Abhinandan Lodha. you can understand the kind of development that has been done by this group throughout the years. The brand itself speaks for the appreciation. I'm pretty sure those who have invested and those who are going to buy a plot over here, they will, I mean, once the moment they take possession, none of them would want to sell it at less than 20 lakh rupees. I'm speaking of the Aqua plot. So that way, this is definitely one of the very good opportunities for investment in, if you're planning it accordingly. uh, Yogesh sir has asked if the FSI is 1.27. Yes, yes, sir. So FSI being 1.27, your minimum built-up area will be 3,175 for the aqua plot. Do we have layout? So we do, but it's an indicative layout, so it won't be of any help as of now until we get the NA, which we've already discussed. We would rather appreciate to share that once we have the NA orders in place. How many plots are there? So, sir, right now we can't speak because we are just taking applications. A lot of people are coming out to us with asking for combinations. So, until we have that exact idea of how many people are looking for what kind of combination, it is very difficult to speak about the number of plots. So that's why the application right now, if we understand that 500 people have applied for, the 2,500 square feet plot, we will be coming up at the time of allotment with these many number of plots only. So it's very difficult to speak about the number of plots. But yes, the total area is around 70 acres. So there we have tremendous, we have a huge number of plots available with us. How the plots will be allocated? So this will be allocated first come first serve, based on the application number. Again, I'm repeating, the earlier application number you have, it is better for you to get a plot at the time of allotment. 9.9 lakhs is all inclusive. Yeah, I just mentioned it's the plot cost. The all inclusive price is 12.5 lakhs. How can we verify authenticity? Sir, we are here sitting here talking about this project from the last 1 hour, and I understand a lot of people have this as a basic, at a very basic level, that everyone is still concerned how we can verify the authenticity. So, sir, call me. We will discuss again on a call one-on-one. We can speak as much as possible. You can check the website and the terms and conditions and everything. You can also check the account details that we've shared, the current account. You can verify the account from the bank to be ensured that the payment you're making is going towards the same, towards an authentic source. So that all we can do. But unfortunately, because of lockdown, we can't have an office. We can't functional normally. So we also have to do this online. Otherwise, trust me, we would have loved to have all of you in meet in person and then do this deal rather than doing this online. How far will the how far? Just a second, I'm sorry. Radhika ma'am is asking how far will be the smaller plots from the beach. Generally, the bigger plots. Ma'am, as such, we are not near to the beach. We are on a hill, so it really doesn't matter which plot is where. As such, we are on a slope, and the plots will be distributed depending upon the topography, without trying to hamper too much of the topography to ensure कि ज़्यादा cutting leveling ना हो. So we will try and मेंटेन दैट टोपोग्राफी. तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि जरूरी है, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि बड़े प्लॉट्स समंदर के पास है और छोटे प्लॉट्स पीछे है. It will be spread throughout the project depending upon how the topography is. You can apply now, and whenever we come at the stage of allotment, you will get an idea which plot is where, and definitely according to that you can come to a conclusion. So we still have a lot of questions. Most of them are the repeat questions that I am answering. Can you share? Are these beaches used in public? Yes, sir, it's a public beach. Ajay sir is asking whether this is a public beach. So yes, it's completely public. But also the beauty is that hardly few people know about it. I mean, even local people from Dapoli also do not visit there as frequently as compared to beaches like Ladgar and Harne Beach. So this definitely has its own charm in terms of being a very private and it's kind of an isolated beach where you can enjoy the privacy with your friends, family whenever you visit this place. What is the total acre of development? Himanshu sir, the total acre of development is around 70 acres. I mean, that is as of now that we are speaking of. If there's, I mean, there could be more in future, but not that I can speak of right now. What about the restrictions on self-construction? Can it be a commercial property like hotels or something? So I don't think we can do that. These are going to be bungalow and villa plots, you can rent it out on Airbnb, if I'm not wrong, because it's not officially a hotel. It's going to be more of a homestay, but not a proper resort or a shopping complex or something like that. That won't be possible. You can build a good bungalow with all the with a lavish amenities and all those things, and you can rent it out on Airbnb maybe, or some other homestay options aggregators that are out there. But I don't think we can build a resort or something, any kind of commercial on this thing, on this plot. So there are some other questions. So I mean, I would not, I don't want to drag this more. It's already 7:50. We'll just take this for another 10 minutes. I would request everyone. I'm dropping my this mobile number in the chat box. I'm sharing the mobile numbers of all my teammates. You can connect with either of any of us. And still, if you have any questions, you can please go ahead and ask. Neha, there's one person who's asking, can you share the business card of the representative you invited from Lodha Group? So I would ask this person, I'm not able to see the entire name, it's just RC is mentioned. So sir, I request you to share or to ping us on WhatsApp on the number that has been shared, and we will reach out to you in person, and of course we would like to ensure that all your doubts are cleared. Are we sure all plots have sea view? So most of the plots will have sea view. Again, as I mentioned, this is a topography. The topography is such that it's on a slope of a hill. So I'm pretty sure most of the plots will have a sea view. And you can again, I cannot emphasize on this that the earlier you go ahead and block a unit by paying the pre-booking application, the better chance of having a unit that is that is closer to the sea or having a good sea view. Anand Shende sir is asking, once we pay booking amount, that guarantees the allotment of plot. Sir, not as of now. We cannot guarantee an allotment because it will depend upon I mean, right now I know we are still in 350 to 400 range of applications. So yes, there's very high chance of allotting a plot. But as the application numbers go beyond 600, 700, 800, at that time it might not be possible for me to commit that you will get a plot, because even as of now also, I know people who have application number is one, but they have applied for 3 or 4 plots by paying that much amount of infrastructure, this fee, pre-booking fee. So that's why I'm not sure. As the application numbers go on, we will not be able to guarantee that there will be allotment. As of now, as far as I understand, you will definitely get it, because we are still in 300, 350 range of application numbers. What is the approx cost for building the entire construction? Deepak sir, it's very difficult to speak right now. It will depend on what kind of construction you are doing, what kind of materials you're going to prefer for the construction. So, or depending on all that, we can discuss on this. Regarding the construction, what we can do is I can connect you with some engineering friends some of my friends who are into this in the engineering, who can answer better about the engineering aspect. Does this fulfill the coastal regulation zone? Yes, sir, this does fulfill the CRZ norms. It is definitely more than 800 meters away from the plot, as what I mentioned, 800 meters is by road that you travel to the beach. But the plot is on a hill which is way away from the CRZ dedicated area that we speak as the coastal regulation zone. So definitely we are fulfilling these criteria. Mr. Srivastava is asking the cost for 7,500 plot. So, so the total cost for 7,500 as of now before 22nd August is going to be around 36.5 lakhs, including your infra, stamp duty, everything. On the plan, you're asking me which area will be 7,500. So on the plan, the areas that you mentioned, 1, 2, 3, 4, those were the amenity areas. The actual plot will be could vary at different locations depending upon where we have the availability of this size of plot. Hi, so one pays 10% now, and when does the one pay the balance 90%? What is the breakup of 7,500? So just a second, I'll just open the presentation once again so that we get an idea. So I hope everyone can see my screen. And so the question was, okay, so the question was what is the breakup of 7,500? So Laguna, you will be paying 10% now. The balance 20, so 2.97. That is, so you still are left with 26 lakhs, which you will be paying at the time of possession, and at the time of registration, you pay another 6.5 lakh rupees. How many aqua plots are planned as per the current layout? Sir, Biju sir, I'm sorry, but I just mentioned this some time ago also, so I'll just repeat that. We cannot commit how many aqua plots are planned because we are taking applications right now. If we get more applications for Laguna, we may plan for more Laguna plots, or if we get more applications for Oceana maybe, so we will plan for that. So as of now, we are getting. I would, if I'm not wrong, I think more than 80% applications are for aqua. So majority of the plots will be aqua plots. So why we have kept this application is in fact to understand what is the interest from other people, what are the interest from buyers in terms of size, and then accordingly we can come up with the layouts once NA is in place. So very difficult to speak in terms of what are the numbers, but tentatively around 500 to 600 plots would be there. Speaking of aqua plots, Anandita ma'am is asking the same question. What is the total number of aqua plots? Also, you've asked, is it a flood prone area? Ma'am, this is on a hill, so definitely not a flood prone area. As such, Ratnagiri and all coastal areas are not so flood prone as they are, heavy rainfall areas, but not flood prone areas, because typically you'll see flood happens in areas which are low lying, or which are on plains rather than hills. So this area is actually much more safer than any low-lying or a plain area or a city area when you speak of flood, because this is on a hill. The water will actually, by default, the water will slope away, go away from the slope, drain away from the slope. If there are any more questions anyone wants to ask, please go ahead. I think most of the questions we've tried to answer. There were still some questions I think which I haven't missed while scrolling down. If there's anything that I can address, I'll just quickly run through it. Otherwise, what we can do is we can just take this on one-on-one. We have shared the numbers in chat. If you've not seen yet, I would suggest everyone to just have a look. Nilesh, Pallav, and myself, Karan, all of us are from Decor Spaces. We are the marketing partners for this project. When you apply for this project, at that time also you will be entering our details, and we'll be part of this entire buying process with you throughout, and even after that in future also. Like some of you mentioned, we are looking for investment, so we will always be there to help you out in future to sell as well. Our main our main lookout is to have have more and more people and take the benefit of this project, and at the same time make sure that there are no hiccups in your buying process. So that's what we are trying to do. We are basically aggregators in the real estate industry who are doing this on who are taking most of the real estate processes online. That is what we specialize on. Okay. Yeah. So someone is asking me about RERA. So sir, let me explain that. So basically, a project will be under RERA once there. I mean, if there is any, it is an NA project. Otherwise, until it is NA, it doesn't come under the ambit of RERA. Like for example, if a developer is buying a piece of land from some other local farmer, so it does not come under a RERA because it is not an NA land until at that point of time. So once we have the NA, then only it will come under the ambit of RERA, which is at least 6 months from now. Keshav sir is asking if we have any EMI option. So no sir, we don't have any EMI option because we've kept it a very straightforward payment process. You can just pay 10% now, and rather than paying any EMIs till possession, you can just save all the installments and pay at a one stroke at the time of possession. As such, we have you have an ample amount of time. Even if you are planning for the if you're planning for aqua, you just have to pay 1 lakh rupees now, and you have to pay 9 lakh rupees at an year's time from now, which is in the month of September 2021. So there's ample time for you to ample amount of time for you to manage your payments. Nyansa ma'am is asking about the possession. So ma'am, possession, as we've already mentioned, your plot possession will be within 6 months, within a couple of months after registration, since the since plot leveling and all the activities have already been done on the site. Regarding the actual, with amenities and entire project possession, that we are looking at in the time span of, at least September to October 21. That is 1 year from now. Samir sir is asking, can we get 2 aqua plots? So yes, Samir sir, you can definitely get 2 aqua plots. All you have to do is apply for the same right now as early as possible. And at the time of allotment, you can definitely join. You get 2 aqua plots adjoining to each other. Radhika ma'am, is asking how many bookings is done. So ma'am, as I mentioned some time ago, Neha, if you can just answer what is the latest application number that is going on?
Sure. So the application number I'll have to, however, check. It's close to 360 plus. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as Karan rightly mentioned, it's first come first serve. So you will have an application number which will be given to you, and the time stamping is also done. So someone who has applied probably even a minute before you will give more preference to that person over. So it's entirely time stamping. There's absolutely no lottery system, and the time stamping will be mentioned on your receipt as well.
Ajay sir is asking if there is any changes will be done once NA is done. So no, sir, obviously not, because once NA is in place, we cannot make any changes. This is an, once NA is in place, it's a plan sanctioned from the local town planner. So that after that, we won't be making any changes. Whatever changes are to be done is before we get the NA, and that is why we are asking preferences as well to people who are, who are applying for the plots, so that we can, whatever necessary changes are to be done, we get it done before the NA is in place. Manish sir is asking, currently plot is owned by whom? Sir, this is owned by Mr. Mr. Abhinandan Lodha from the Lodha. He's one of the son of Mr. MP Lodha from the Lodha group. So this land is entirely, this belongs to him, and that is why it is being marketed by Xanadu, which is his company, which it belongs to his company. I think that's all the questions that we have. I think we should end this here because it's exactly 1 hour since we started. I'm really thankful for everyone who attended this webinar. I'll just start the video once so that you get to see me. We are the my name is Karan, and we are the marketing partners for this project. And I'm really happy to have everyone. I really thank Neha also to be part of this webinar. Everyone who has been on this webinar, I suggest you get in contact with us. You can call us on the numbers mentioned in the chat box. You can ping us on WhatsApp. So we have all the sources of connecting. We can just close this at the earliest. If you're interested, I would ask you not to delay the payments, because again, any issues, any apprehensions you have, just go ahead and ask them and get it done as early as possible to ensure your allotment will be preferred at the time of, once we start the registration. So with that thought in mind, I'll just sign off from here. Thank you everyone for being part of this webinar, and look forward to have you on board with us.